Alright, hello everybody, it is I, Granorite, and here we are back with another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Fire Red with our next playthrough, our first Bug-type team, which as you can see is going to be Ariados, Beedrill, Yanma, Butterfree, and Masquerain. We're going to be reading a lot of Pokemon biologies this episode. We're going to have a lot of evolutions happen right off the bat. So let's take a look at our level 5 Pokemon, read some Pokemon biologies, and get to it. Starting off here with Spinarak, has Insomnia for its ability, knows Poison String and String Shot. Spinarak is known as the String Spit Pokemon. Stands 1 foot 8 inches tall, or 0.5 meters, and weighs 18.7 pounds, or 8.5 kilograms, and is a fast leveling rate Pokemon. Spinarak is a green arachnid Pokemon that resembles a spider. It has black eyes with white pupils, a white horn on its forehead, and a pair of red mandibles. On the back of its abdomen are 2 black dots, and a line that resembles a face. The face on its back can change expression. There's an additional line encircling the end of its abdomen, and has 3 pairs of yellow legs, each with a black band around the middle. Spinarak is a nocturnal Pokemon that lives in temperate and tropical forests. It spins webs that are strong enough to withstand having stones set on them, and acts as nets for fishermen. Patient hunter, it can wait for days for prey to become ensnared in its web. It senses what kind of prey has been caught by the vibrations of the web, and its preferred prey is Cutiefly. Once its prey is captured, a motionless Spinarak will wait until darkness falls. Its poison is not very strong, but it is potent enough to weaken caught prey. As seen in Pokemon the series episode Hassle in the Castle and Ariados Amigos, silk produced by a Spinarak can be used in various medicinal treatments, such as skin moisturizers and bandages. Prior to Generation 5, Spiderweb was its signature move. And it'll evolve into Ariados level 22. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Spinarak, Fire Red says it spins a web using fine but durable thread, then it waits patiently for prey to be trapped, and Leaf Green says it lies still in the same pose for days in its web, waiting for its unsuspecting prey to wander close. Next we have Weedle, has Shield Dust for its ability, of course knows Poison, Sting, and String Shot. Here at level 5, good attack, good speed. Weedle is known as the hairy bug Pokemon, and it stands 1 foot tall, or 0.3 meters, and weighs 7.1 pounds, or 3.2 kilograms, and is a medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. It'll, of course, evolve at level 7 into Kakuna, and then 10 into Beedrill. Weedle is a larval insect Pokemon with a segmented body ranging in color from yellow to reddish brown. Each segment of its body is a sphere, and it has a bulbous red nose, 2 small black eyes on its face, and 2 spherical feet on each body segment. The combination of red and yellow in its color scheme creates a bright warning to predators that it is poisonous. Weedle has a conical 2-inch 5 or 5 centimeter venomous stinger on its head and a barbed one on its tail. Weedle can retaliate against attackers and those who step on it with a strong toxin. It can distinguish its favorite kinds of leaves using its cute sense of smell. As a young bug Pokemon, its daily appetite for leaves matches its weight. Weedle can be found in temperate forest and usually hide in grass and bushes and under the leaves they eat. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Weedle, Fire Red says often found in forests and grasslands. It has a sharp toxic barb of around 2 inches on top of its head. And Leaf Green says often found in forests eating leaves. It has a sharp stinger on its head that injects poison. Next we have Yanma with a nice blue color scheme. Has speed boost for its ability, decent stats being a single evolution, knows tackle and foresight right now. Yanma is known as the clear wing Pokemon. Stands 3 feet 11 inches tall, or 1.2 meters, and weighs 83.8 pounds, or 38 kilograms, and is a medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Yanma is a large red insectoid Pokemon that resembles a dragonfly. Compared to its long, thin abdomen, its thorax is short and wide. It has 3 pairs of gray 2-toed legs and 2 pairs of wings with red bands on them. The see-through wings are described as frail and thin. A bright green mask marking covers most of its face, and then it has 2 spikes on top of its head. Its blue eyes can see all around its body at 360 degrees, even without moving its head. This allows Yanma to have high evasiveness. The end of Yanma's tail has 2 flat extensions from the side and 2 gray spikes in the center. Yanma is a skillful flyer. It can make sudden stops, turns in midair, and hover in place by flapping its wings at high speeds. Yanma's eyes ensure that prey will not escape its sight, even when behind. It can also generate shock waves capable of breaking glass or even launching a house skyward by flapping its wings very fast. Yanma is often found in wooded and swampy areas. It hunts for insects for food, using its eyesight to spot and its flight abilities to pursue prey. Yanma is also territorial, flitting around to guard its territory. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Yanma. Fire Red says its large eyes can scan 360 degrees. It looks in all directions and seeks out insects as its prey. And Leaf Green says it flaps its wings really fast. It can generate shockwaves that will shadow windows in the area. Next, we have our Golden Caterpie. Also has Shield S for its ability. Decent defense. Knows Tackle and String Shot right now. Caterpie is known as the Worm Pokemon. Stands 1 foot tall or 0.3 meters. So weighs 6.4 pounds or 2.9 kilograms and is a medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Will, of course, evolve into Metapod at level 7. And Butterfree at level 10. Caterpie is an insect Pokemon that resembles a green caterpillar with a yellow underside and a teardrop-shaped tail. Yellow ring-shaped markings down the sides of its segmented body resemble its eyes and are meant to scare off predators. Its most notable characteristic is the bright red antenna, or osmetarium, whatever, how you pronounce it, on its head, which releases a stench to repel predators. Despite these features and its camouflage in green foliage, Caterpie is often preyed on by flying Pokemon. Its 4 tiny feet are tipped with suction cups, permitting this Pokemon to scale most surfaces with minimal effort. Caterpie is easy to capture and grows quickly, making it ideal for new trainers. As Caterpie grow and develop over time, they will shed their skin many times before finally cocooning themselves in thick silk. It can also spit this silk to entangle its foes, as seen in Pokemon the Series episode Ash Catches a Pokemon. It has a voracious appetite, driving it to eat 100 leaves daily. It will even eat leaves bigger than itself. According to the 54th chapter of the Pokemon Adventure, its favorite food is the vermilion flower. Caterpie lives in temperate forest jungles. Showing a Pokemon sleep. Caterpie is known to sleep occasionally while using String Shot. On occasion, it drools out strings instead of saliva. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Caterpie. Fire Red says it is covered with a green skin. When it grows, it sheds the skin, covers itself in silk, and becomes a cocoon. Leaf Green says its short feet are tipped with suction pads that enable it to tirelessly climb slopes and walls. And last but not least, we have Surskit with a nice black color scheme. Very fast, good special defense, has Swift Swim for its ability, currently knows Bubble. Surskit will evolve at level 22 in the Masquerade. Surskit is known as the Pond Skater Pokemon. Stands 1 foot and 8 inches tall, or 0.5 meters, and weighs 3.7 pounds, or 1.7 kilograms, a medium fast leveling rate Pokemon. Surskit is a blue insectoid Pokemon, and there are semicircular pink markings under its dark circular eyes. It has a round body with 4 long skinny legs extending from it. On top of its head is a yellow cap with a single antenna that secretes a thick sugary syrup or a sweet scent. The syrup is exuded as a defense mechanism, while the scent can attract prey. This Pokemon can also secrete oil from the tips of its feet, which enable it to walk on water as though skating. Surskit inhabits ponds, rivers, and similar wetlands where it feeds on microscopic aquatic organisms. It is also known to appear in puddles after rainstorms. In its natural habitat, Surskit has been known to compete for Dew Biter over food. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Surskit, Fire Red and Leaf Green's Pokedex both say they usually live on ponds, but after an eating shower, they may appear on puddles in town. Alright, well, let's go get started. We're going to get ourselves some more Pokeballs here. Should be good. We don't have to catch a lot of Pokemon right now because the majority of them that we usually catch at this point we'll automatically get. We're going to start with Yanma up front and see if we can get ourselves a Pidgey and a Rattata really quick. Oh, well, took that one out. Okay. Remember, we need these for our item finder so we can get the leftovers. Alright, and there's our Rattata. Ooh, go away. We don't need a whole lot of speed on Yanma, but I probably will be getting a lot of it because with speed boost, Yanma's just going to outspeed things anyway. Let's go get ourselves a Spearow and a Mankey if we can. Here's a Mankey. Is it a man or a key? Oh, we took it out. Okay, here's a Mankey. Excellent. So now we're just looking for a Spearow. Excellent. Alright. Let's go ahead and get to the forest. Gotta have this guy teach us how to catch Pokemon, even though we caught Pokemon already. We're looking for really just a Pikachu in the forest, so we can take on whatever we find. Caterpie is going to be probably taking on other Caterpies and Metapod or Cocoon Pokemon. Right now, we really want special attack and special defense on Butterfree, but we're not going to get a lot of that right now, so we will take what we can get. The Golden Caterpie, fabled as it is. Very nice. I didn't change my nature on like anything. Everything's impish. Well, it's my fault. I gotta go back and change it. Too late now. Usually I use Pokehex to get things in the game, and I can kind of set stuff up how I would ideally like, but if I mess up, it's on me. Remember, we like to get our team up to level 8 before we go take on our rival. And here's our first evolution already. The Golden Caterpie. Let's turn into the pink Metapod. That is an ugly color on a Metapod. Alright, well here we go. We have our evolution here in the Metapod. Its ability has changed to shed skin. What do we know about Metapod? Metapod is known as the Cocoon Pokemon. It stands 2 feet 4 inches tall, or 0.7 meters, and weighs 21.8 pounds, or 9.9 kilograms. Metapod is an insect Pokemon that resembles a green chrysalis. Its body is crescent-shaped with several segments making up the lower point. It has 2 heavy-lidded eyes on the sides of its shell, while the front of its shell features geometrically shaped proportions and projections. And the back has 3 pointed protrusions, 2 veering off to the sides and 1 in the middle. In certain angles, the back of Metapod's shell resembles a face alongside the eyes, on the sides, one of the protrusions resembling a sharply pointed nose, and the tail resembling a sharply pointed chin. Metapod's soft body is protected by a hard outer shell as it undergoes metamorphosis. While this shell is said to be as hard as steel, a sudden powerful impact could cause its liquid innards to pop out, leaving it completely exposed. Metapod generally remains motionless, rebuilding its cells for evolution. If an enemy discovers a Metapod, it cannot do anything other than harden its outer shell. Metapod lives in temperate forests and jungles, often in groups. Pick and Peck is the natural predator of Metapod, and as shown in Pokemon Sleep, Metapod is known to sleep while using the move Harden constantly to protect its innards. It stays still while sleeping to avoid getting attacked by foes. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Metapod. Fire Red says, even though it is encased in a sturdy shell, the body inside is tender. It can't withstand a harsh attack. Leaf Green says this Pokemon is vulnerable to attack, while its shell is soft, exposing its weak and tender blood. And that is our information on Metapod, who we will have for a few levels. Let's go ahead and swap up Surskit. We're going to be taking on the same things with Surskit as we were with Caterpie, because we would like special attack and special defense on Surskit, but we got to get some other stuff while we wait. Nice. Still haven't seen a Pikachu. Which I guess right now is okay, because Surskit's not a good matchup for Pikachu. Alright, let's swap up Spinarak, who also wants HP and defense. Can't poison Caterpie because of Shield Dust, so we're just going to be taking it down with Poison Sting. Spinarak levels up the fastest out of all of our Pokemon. I was kind of hoping to run into a Cocoon Pokemon. It is not the case. Scary face. Alright, let's go heal. There's our Pikachu we'd like to catch. Nice. Alright. That's all the Pokemon we need to catch right now, so everything else is just trading up some levels. I mean, we keep playing until we get Beedrill and Butterfree, because we want the evolutions to happen on screen. No. You can slowly power through a Kakuna for the experience. Couple turns of poison is all I needed to take down that Metapod. Excellent. Get it, Surskit. No, thank you. Easy peasy here. Good deal. Alright, that's one Pokemon to level 8. Keep working on Metapod, and then we just need to finish out Spinarak. Definitely not a fan of this Metapod killer. Alright, let's go heal. We need to heal anyways to finish out Spinarak. Can't run yet. Can't do that until after Brock. Alright. Very nice. Oh no, I don't think I taught. Sludge Ball. Alright. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Which actually means I think I had it right before. I want you to have Nightshade. I want you to have Sludge Bomb. And I want you to have Retreat. Alright. Let's see here. Let's get Weedle. Let's start with Weedle first. Go beat up on some Mankeys. Actually, we can beat up on just about anything over here. Mankeys are ideal, but we'll also take some Rattatas. It's not looking good because of those drops. Let's just swap to Yanma. Yanma learn Quick Attack. Excellent. Just need to get a little experience behind Weedle so it can start to get some survivability. Luckily, that Rattata just wanted to tail whip us the entire time. I'd like to find some Mankeys. I need that evolution. Get that boost to defense. Oh, we barely hung on. Good job, Weedle. Alright, let's get that evolution. We'll have the team fully evolved before Surge. Alright, here's our Kakuna. Gets a nice boost of stats. What do we know about Kakuna? Kakuna is known as the Cocoon Pokemon. Ah, another one. Stands 2 feet tall, or 0.6 meters. Weighs 22 pounds, or 10 kilograms. Kakuna is a yellow insect cocoon-like Pokemon. Kakuna has a dome-shaped head and black triangular eyes with glowing white pupils. It has 2 scythe-like arms in the middle of its body. When it comes close to evolving, its body gives off heat, and that makes it warm to the touch. Kakuna remains virtually immobile and waits for evolution, often hanging from tree branches by long strands of silk. When attacked, however, it can extend its poison barbs. Kakuna nests in temperate forest and misty wooded areas. Occasionally, it will also nest at the mouth of tunnels and caves, as seen in Pokemon Snap. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Kakuna. Fire Red says this Pokemon is in a temporary stage while making its body. It is almost completely unable to move on its own. And Leaf Green says almost incapable of moving. This Pokemon can only harden its shell to protect itself while it is in danger. And we're excited to have it on the team. Let's let Yanma take on some Mankeys, and we should just use Quick Attack over Tackle. Priority moves are good and all. Not that we're going to be benefiting at all from the speed boost we're getting, but hey, you know, you win some, you lose some. There we go. Looking for Mankeys now. Mankeys. Mankeys. There we go. Well, I think using the hex editor, I could probably go in and edit those natures if I really wanted to. Let's check it out. Let's go heal Kakuna. Finish getting it up to level 8, and then let's go take on our rivals and the trainers in Viridian Forest. We're on the road to Viridian City. There we go. Just like a couple more. There we go. Alright, we are ready to go take on our rival. We're going to start off by going and healing Kakuna. So we're going to focus on, of course, Kakuna and Metapod so we can get those evolutions on screen. We're dragging that out. We still have to read their biologies as well whenever that happens. Early poison. Done. Alright, we're gonna swap. Much as I would like Kakuna to take out the Pidgey by itself, I'm not going to let it just go down. Tackle Fest here. We do have a couple potions. Still got to hit it, Metapod. Off we go. Let's battle. This is all it's going to be is us poison stinging each other for little bits of damage because we're both resistant to it. And I can't poison him and he can't poison me because we're both poison type. Why you know? Can be no shame of that. There we go. Just gotta hit the tackles, Metapod. Don't think we're going to have enough poison stings to get through this Weedle and the other Weedle. Almost got up there. Well, so let's go to Metapod for the Kakuna. Tackle through it. we'll let Yanma take on this other Weedle. How many tackles do you have? 18. We should be able to take out 2 Caterpies before we go back and heal. Keep working up towards level 10. Ah, we missed that last tackle. Excellent. Alright, let's go heal these cocoons. Remember, we just want them to get evolve on screen. Good poison. Alright, that's one down. Caterpie's coming out next. We'll go to Metapod. Excellent. We'll go back to Kakuna for this other Metapod. Come on, poison. All right, next evolution. Good, we're going with the pink Metapod. I don't mind pink Butterfree. If that's what it is. Like the show. Not really. And we learned Confusion on Evolution. Big boost to stats with this evolution. Gets Compound Eyes for its ability. Good special attack, good special defense. What do we... Oh, let's go ahead and just move Confusion up. Alright, what do we know about Butterfree? Butterfree is known as the butterfly Pokemon, and it stands 3 feet 7 inches tall, or 1.1 meters, and weighs 70.5 pounds, or 32 kilograms. Butterfree is a Lepidopteran insect Pokemon, which resembles a vaguely anthropomorphic butterfly with a purple body. Unlike true insects, it only has 2 body segments and 4 light blue legs. The upper pair of its legs resemble small 3-fingered hands, while the lower pair resemble long digitless feet. Butterfree has 2 black antennae, a light blue snout with 2 fangs underneath, and large red compound eyes. Its 2 pairs of wings are white with black venation. 2 oval scales on a female Butterfree's lower back wings are black, but they are white on a male. The wings of Butterfree are coated with poisonous scales that easily fall off and continuously as it flies. If inhaled, it results in several status conditions. Using this powder, it will defend Caterpie from bird Pokemon. This powder also repels water, enabling it to fly and even gather honey in the rain. Butterfree can use its sensitive antenna to detect the odors of blooming flowers 6 miles or 10 kilometers from its nest in search of nectar, which it carries with the hairs of its legs. Sometimes it has territorial disputes with Cutiefly over fields of flowers. It also consumes the sap from trees pierced by Heracross, as seen in the Pokemon the Series episode A Sappy Ending. Butterfree is found in temperate forests and jungles, but it is also observed in the episode Bye Bye Butterfree flying near the ocean as part of its migratory breeding pattern. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Butterfree is known to sleep while flapping its wings. It tends to accidentally scatter highly toxic dust while sleeping. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Butterfree. Fire Red says the wings are protected by a rain-repellent dust. As a result, this Pokemon can fly about even in the rain. And Leaf Green says in battle, it flaps its wings at great speeds to release highly toxic dust into the air. Alright, we got one fight and one evolution left to go. See if we can get it from this Weedle. We're just going to speed through the poison stings, 1 HP at a time. Yeah, just enough poison stings. Just enough. All right. And there is our Beedrill. And it learns Fury Attack. Good boost to stats again with the evolution. What do we know about Beedrill? Beedrill is known as the Poison Bee Pokemon. Stands 3 feet 3 inches tall, or 1 meter, and weighs 65 pounds, or 29.5 kilograms. Beedrill is an insect Pokemon which mostly resembles a bipedal yellow wasp. However, it only has 4 legs instead of 6 and lacks pigment pits. Beedrill's head is round with a slightly pointed mouth, large red eyes, and black antenna with a sharp bend in the middle. Its 4 legs are tipped with long conical stingers, and it stands on its other 2 legs, which are long, segmented, and insectoid in shape. Beedrill has 2 pairs of rounded veined wings and another stinger on its yellow and black striped abdomen. The abdominal stinger contains Beedrill's most potent poison. Beedrill is highly territorial, and unlike real wasp and bees, Beedrill are not confirmed to live in true hives, as they work together to solve basic problems regarding food, territory, and reproduction without any confirmation if there's a singular breeding pair or queen. As seen in the Pokemon series episode Challenge of the Samurai, Beedrill seems to be especially concerned with the welfare of Weedle and Kakuna, responding aggressively to those who disturb them. Disturbing one Beedrill will call the whole group to attack. It flies at high speeds and attacks using the large venomous stingers on its forelegs and abdomen. It will then take the victims of its attacks back to its nest for food. Beedrill nests in temperate forest and misty wooded areas. It is known to collect pollen, which Teddy Ursa combines with fruits to concoct honey. In the 12th chapter of the Pokemon Adventures, Beedrill is shown living in groups or packs and producing honey. Prior to Generation 5, Twin Needle was its signature move. And our Gen 3 Pokedex information for Beedrill. Fire Red says it may appear in a swarm, flies at violent speeds, all the while stabbing with the toxic stinger on its rear. And Leaf Green says it flies at high speeds and attacks using the large venomous stingers on its forelegs and tail. And that is our information on Beedrill and our last biology we need to read this episode. And we've made it to Pewter City. So we are going to end this episode here. I will get the team up to level 14 to prep for Brock, and then we will be back tomorrow with more Pokemon. Until then, we will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.